while ago, so I had the opportunity to hang out with Noble Jason today, and we together went and listened to the minister deliver his message, the Swan Song. As I was sitting there listening to the minister as he spoke about certain things in life, and so many other things came to mind. And one of the things that came to my mind is the compass, one of those working tools of Freemasonry. And as he began to speak, I began to gather the mere fact that a lot of us have lost our moral compass. That so many times we have decided to give up truth, facts, and things of that nature for the moral right. We tend to let those things so easily slip through our fingers till we have no moral compass about what the organization is all about. And that's sad. This weekend, the Brothers of the Ancient Free and Accepted Masons decided to unite, to come together, to formulate, to organize a united General Grand Masonic Congress, which would benefit the Brotherhood as a whole. And this is something I'm looking forward to. But with that being said, with tonight's topic, the compass, we take this compass that we have, and it's supposed to be used to guide us. It's supposed to be used to keep us in due bounds within the faith that we serve, but more especially our brothers of the craft. But as I look around, as I begin to travel, at times I'm seeing that brothers have lost their moral compass. And when I say lost their moral compass, I don't see brothers lifting each other up as they should. I'm not saying I haven't seen it. It's just in its totality. It's just the mere fact that this is something we're supposed to be doing. And it's upsetting sometimes, but I understand the brothers are not yet mature. When you come across a brother who doesn't understand Freemasonry and yet still uses such term as clandestine, and yet they don't offer you anything other than that, or you're not this and not that, then you're in the wrong circle. Because as you tend to grow into Freemasonry, your mindset should change, your thought process should change. You should begin to take those working tools, and they should help you to develop to be the best Mason you can be. This is why I've often said that in Freemasonry, we don't take good men and make them better. We take good men and make them Masons, builders of other men, builders of characters, builders of moral responsibilities. And if you can't do that and you are a Mason, then you're truly in the wrong organization. I was speaking with my good friend Christopher Jackson ago, and he and I said that I would have him on here real soon, and that is my objective. He will be coming on real soon. I have to make that happen. I have to get with him and begin the dialogue to bring him back on so we can definitely do a show together. But this is where we're at. And greetings to everybody who's coming on. I know it's late on the East Coast. It's about 10 something. I know you got to get up and go to work on Monday morning. However, I just wanted to share this with you. Being in your area and fellowshipping with some of the brothers and sisters of the orders, brothers of the craft, it was good to see you and fellowship with you. But as I went to listen to the minister today, the compass is what stayed in my mind. The compass is what stayed in my heart, and how we're supposed to be really about the business of helping not just in our community, but the next man to be the best Mason he can be. And at times we're not doing that. We don't find ourselves lifting up that person. We actually find ourselves tearing them down. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it in the various groups, and I've said it over again. And when I see this, I can't sit idly by and say that's okay. I no longer can sit idly by and see a brother rip another brother up or his jurisdiction. I'm not saying that I'm the Captain Saberho or nothing like that. But when are we going to intervene and say enough is enough? When are you going to stand on your square? When are you going to be plumb? When are you going to act in the character for which you was raised as a Master Mason, a sublime degree of a Master Mason? When are you going to stand on that? Granted, I know some of us are pretty weak and your foundation are not quite strong enough to support the thing that you want to stand on. But you're going to have to find that support. You're going to have to stand on it. That's just the truth of the matter. So tonight we're going to talk about the use of the compass. Why is that so important to the Mason and his development as he grows? So as we get into this lecture, as we get into this conversation, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, share the video with someone, because this is that different topic that we need to talk about sometimes. It's not about race or color or whatever you want to say, but this is strictly about understanding the society of Freemason for which you claim that you are a part of. This is what this is about. If you don't like the fact of how your jurisdiction is responding or acting, or however it may be, then you go to someplace else where you can get what you want out of the organization. If you're not getting what you desire and what you want from the organization of Freemason for which you are a part of, go to another one. Go to another jurisdiction, and there you may find your home. There you may find a place where you are accepted and respected. But don't tear down the place that you was at. Okay, don't tear it down. Let that place be. Move on. And this is what happens a lot of times when brothers go from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. They want to tear down the jurisdiction they left because it didn't go their way. So now they want to throw stones and rocks and cartel bottles and try to burn it down because it didn't go the way you want it to go. Just leave. It doesn't take anything for you to do right by yourself and just leave a organization that you was once part of because it wasn't quite the one that you wanted to be in. It doesn't take much. But what it does is it takes a lot for you to stand and to be the man or be the sister that you claim to be. It takes a lot. And some of us are not yet prepared or have not yet prepared ourselves to take that stand. And when you have not done that, then you're just an organization. You just fly by night. What you're doing is you're just saying that you're a part of and you don't participate in. And there's clearly a difference in being part of and participating in. Most of us, most Masons, most Eastern Stars are a part of. They don't participate. Clearly saying you don't go to your meetings. You don't learn what Masonry and Eastern Stars are all about. You don't get any of that. You just pay your dues and go on about your business, say I'm part of. You have no clue of the society of Freemason or the Eastern Stars that you are part of. You don't even reckon the information that comes from your worthy matrons and statutory conductors and conductors, the information they want to give you, you don't have because you are not there. You don't participate. Brothers of the craft, you're not there because the wishful master want to give out information. The junior warden wants to give out information. The senior warden wants to give out information. They want to help you to become better, and you're not there. So you're wondering, well, what's going on? What's going on is you are not participating. You are just a member of. You don't participate in Freemasonry. You may want the rights and lights and privileges, but you don't participate. You don't do nothing more than come and look around and talk about and try to have a meeting after the meeting. Well, he shouldn't have done that. She shouldn't have done this. They should have did this. They should have did that. And you was right there. You didn't say anything when the meeting was going on. This is why some of you have lost your moral compass. You're just going around and around and around and wondering why you get the same results because you don't participate. A meeting is called to get things in order, to set things straight, and nobody shows up. The sisters and worthy matron calls a meeting for the Order of the Eastern Star so they can get you the information and nobody shows up. But then when the meeting continues to go on and when good things are happening, now here you come. Now here you want to come participate because you see things are happening. You see the great things of the order. Now you want to come in. Now you want to participate. Where was you when the work needed to be done? Where was you when the foundation needed to be squared and plumbed and leveled up? Where was you at? I don't know. I don't get you sometimes, brothers of the craft. Sisters, I don't understand that sometimes. You have worthy matrons and wishful masters who go out their way to make sure that the lodge and the chapters are operating as they should. I don't care how big your organization is or how small, but you have people who are truly dedicated to the essence of the organization and its survival and how they should thrive. And here you are sitting in the background. I ain't gonna do nothing. But then when you see the progress, when you see the organization taking off, when you see the benefit, when you see that they're in the community, when you see that they're doing what is called upon them to do, now here you come running. That's my chapter. Look at my chapter. That's my lodge. Look at my lodge. That's my jurisdiction. Look at my jurisdiction. But you're not contributing. You're not contributing anything. Your time, your energy, you're not doing nothing. You're just a member of. That's all. You're just a member of. You don't bring anything to the organization but a body. And granted, some organizations want you because you have a body. They do. We need a bodies. We need to increase our membership. I would rather take 300 good solid brothers of the craft, 100 good solid brothers of the craft, and work with them instead of having 1,000 who's no good and has no value to the craft. That's what I would rather do. I don't care if you consider them to be legitimate or not, but I'll take that 100, that 200 are running against your 1,000 or 1,300, how many you got any day. As long as they're dedicated to the uplift of the craft, to the uplifting of their brothers and the uplifting of their sisters. And when you got that type of dedication, you have a strong foundation and a strong organization. And a lot of us don't have it. We don't. You know, so as we progress in this thing we call Freemasonry in the Order of the Eastern Star, as we progress, there's supposed to be something that happens within you when you apply the information, okay, the knowledge, the lights and rights and privileges. When you apply that to yourself, something is supposed to happen. The reason things don't happen is because you don't apply it. How many of you have applied the plumb line to see if you was plumb? How many of you applied the square and see if you were squared in your actions? How many of you applied the level and seen if you was truly level with another brother? How many sisters have run to their sisters in their aid and their need? How many sisters have walked the labyrinth of life with that sister knowing that she, she's on this roller coaster ride and you've been there to lift her up? And this is where we're at today. The brothers have lost their moral compass. Some of us are too afraid to speak to the other brother when you know he's wrong. You know he's wrong. And you won't say anything to correct him. Well, he's not in my jurisdiction. I don't give a damn if he's not. He's part of the society of Freemasonry. So he's worthy to be corrected in his ways to say, brother, come on now. Not here, not tonight. Come on now. I've seen some things. I've seen sisters act in a certain way where, you know what, sister, come on now. We all like to dance, but come on now. Come on, brother, we all like to dance. Come on, you up on that sister kind of real, come on now. Keep it decently. Keep it homey. Now, if you want to do something after that, that's grown folks' business. But I'm saying in the public eye, you're supposed to carry yourself in such a way that you bring light to the organization. You don't turn the light off, the light stays on. This is the problem with most of us. We want to turn on the light and turn off the light. We want to lights on and lights off. And that's the problem that we have. You're a Johnny come lately Mason. You're still in the northeast corner of the lodge. You have not yet moved to where you can gain more light. You have not understood why you had that blazing star. You don't understand that you're walking upon the level of time, that Masonic payment. How do you apply that to your life? How are you able to move in such a way upon this Masonic payment that in the conclusion of your life that they can say, may the life I've lived speak for me? Some of us hadn't gotten there yet. I'm saying because it's based upon what I see. And I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else because I have work to do. I'm saying that because along my journey, I'm expecting brothers to uphold me to a certain standard because I'm holding you to a certain standard. That's right. Don't think you are in this organization just to be in it. There are standards to this thing. Whatever you do in your life, you do that. But when it comes to this organization of the Freemason, the Order of the Eastern Star, there are standards. Think so? Well, were you not interviewed to be part of this organization? If you wasn't, you should have been. Because there are standards to it. There's a moral compass to being part of this organization. Although once you get in, you may lose it, but there's a moral compass to it. The process is that most of us have forgotten and laid aside our moral compass and gave it up. So little by little, you lose a little bit of yourself by giving up your moral compass. You have no more value left, so you're giving it all up. You've cast your pearls to the swine. All I'm saying is that in this society, in this organization, that is not what you're supposed to be doing. That is not what you're supposed to be doing. The light that you carry as a sister of the Order of the Eastern Star is one of brightness, for I have seen the star in the east. Okay? So the one that the brother watches, that blazing star that shoots the cross, you're supposed to understand why you see it like that, brother. I've seen Venus raised, Lucifer coming, that morning star coming up. Obviously, he said Lucifer now. He's dead. Once you understand the essence of Freemasonry and the symbolism that goes behind it, the language that you speak is different than anybody else. That's a fact. That's not something that you just throw out. That is truth. The language of Freemasonry has its own writings. This is why most brothers can't have a conversation with the sisters, because you don't speak the language of a sister who's a part of the Order of the Eastern Star. A sister must carry herself in such a way. She has to do that. And I'll tell you why she has to do that. Because of her worth. She has to do that because of her worth, her value. But when she doesn't do that, and as she walks the labyrinth of life, she gets lost within the labyrinth that she walks, from one point to the next. But there's supposed to be a point on that star, a sister on that star, who's supposed to reach out and make sure that this sister stay on the path that she walks. Sister deals with points. Brother deals with working tools. There's clearly a difference. But with that compass that has a point on it, you can draw your circle 360 degrees and leaving that point in the middle, because you said that you would take this point, and as you make that 360 degrees, that you would touch upon the boundaries, but you would stay within due bounds, but more especially with your brother Masons. That's what you said. But how can you do that when you're continuously taking and dragging him down? How can you do that? And that's the problem that we have at times. So I'm just here bringing you this particular message upon that compass that we're supposed to be using in our daily journey as we travel from sun up to sundown. As we begin to rise up and place that compass in the morning time at 6 a.m. and lay it back down at 6 p.m. As we begin to daily divide our time, to which we're able to work, fellowship, have time for our family and rest. This is how you take that level. This is how you develop those working tools and apply them to your life. But when you're not able to do that, this is what you get. You get a brother who's lost. His compass is off balance. He think he's traveling east, but he's way off. He's still over the northeast corner. This is what you have. So we who are in the craft, we who are senior, we who have been around for a moment, when the younger brothers come in, you're not supposed to take them and hold them down. The zeal that they have as far as being a Mason is the zeal that you should have. But what you have done is you have allowed your zeal, your energy, that it factor in you is dim now. See, your light dim. That new brother, he's on fire. And all you're going to do is tell, hey, bro, slow down a little bit. Hey, bro, you shouldn't do, hey, bro. No, let that fire burn in that brother. Let it burn. He's supposed to be able to take, and I'm not saying put the fire out, but have the fire still burn, but a controllable fire. You know, they call it a control burn. When you have that brother who's able to control that zeal that he has in his life as a Mason, that fire continuously burns. He doesn't let his light go dim. Most of us have allowed our light to go dim. That's why our compass have us still over in the northeast corner of the lodge, not quite able to move in the circle, you know, not able to translate that compass as our guide because we still there. Our mind has not yet been able to comprehend the foundation for what you clearly stand on. So you still gonna sit over there, you know. So you're not able to translate and to walk the Lambeth because you're still stuck on the first point. You can't go any further. So when it comes to move, when it comes to the movement, when it comes to the essence of saying, here I am, you can't go no further. You're stuck. Greetings to everybody who's on tonight. Our topic for today is truly the compass. We're talking about that instrument, that tool of Freemasonry, the one that sits and draws the complete circle of 360 degrees, the one that gives us guidance in our direction for which we're supposed to go. So that's tonight's topic, and I hope that you're able to join me, participate. I know it's late on the East Coast, you know, and it's a little still kind of early on the West Coast. So if you're here, please participate. Hey, I just want to bring this to you because sometimes we allow that fire, that zeal in us to fade away. It gets hard sometimes. For those of us who enjoy the craft and all that it has to offer, and the fellowship and the brotherhood and the sisterhood, man, sometimes it gets tough because you have people who we have allowed to come in, and they drain the energy out of your chapter, out of your lodge. They have no value to add to it. They have, all they bring to it is chaos. Somehow we didn't protect the West Gate, the East Gate. We didn't protect anything. We figured that brother had the money. We figured that brother had the clout. We figured that sister had the know for all. And we interview them and they sound good, and then we bring them in and we find out that was the worst thing we could have done. I could have kept my 20 members in my older OES chapter. I could have kept my 10 members in my lodge. We were strong. But that brother that we allowed to come in because he sounded good have torn up the lodge. He have taken that gavel. He have started to hit the foundation and crack it. Now understanding that he should have took that chisel. He's now taking and he's doing it up in your lodge, and you trying to figure out, how can I get this out? Because he's tearing up my lodge. How can I get this sister out? She's tearing up my chapter. This is where we find ourselves at a lot of times. And if we don't watch it, the very lodge that has been around for 100 years is no longer there. It couldn't sustain itself. That brother that came in, he didn't quite understand his working tools, and he took them and just tore up your chapter. Your lodge. The sisters didn't quite understand the sisterhood of the Order of the Eastern Star, and took advantage of the sisters in that chapter and tore that chapter up because she took full advantage of all. Hey sis, I need this. Hey sis, could you come and do this? Hey sis, I need, and the sisters got tired. So they began to drop off one at a time because that sister, she had too much chaos. So we need to do better when we're bringing in individuals into this society. We need to look at that from a whole different point of view, a whole nother thing, you know. This is what we need to do, because if we don't, then what becomes of your organization? What becomes of the Society of Freemasons when you allow anybody to come in and not quite understand how to take those tools and build, set forth, and make a strong foundation? When you don't teach them, when you brought them in because they had a little clout, they're just tearing it up now. Greetings, everybody who's coming on. Greetings and blessings. I had the privilege today to be in the midst of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan as he delivered his message today, the Swan Song. You should have been there to see the brothers and the sisters and how they treated each other with love and kindness. It was awesome. I had the pleasure of giving 2 interviews today, along with Noble Jason. We gave a couple of interviews. We took quite a few pictures today. It was just amazing. I want to send a big shout out to Mosque number 8 in San Diego, California. Brother Hugh Muhammad is the student minister. He's doing an awesome job there in San Diego. You know, that mosque is really, man, it's a beacon. That mosque is a beacon in San Diego. I can say that, you know. Yes, it's been definitely an amazing weekend. It has been a weekend full of joy. I kid you not. Being able to fellowship as I've done with Brother Noble Jason, the Grand Minister of State under the Supreme Council of the Southern and Western Masonic under the Western Masonic jurisdiction, was totally awesome. It was great. I was glad to have him with me as we journeyed through the city and enjoyed the fellowship. It was totally awesome, you know. But as we did that, we was building. See, when you travel and go to these various places, Brother Nico, you're supposed to build. Wherever you go as a Mason, you're supposed to build. And what does that look like? What does building for a Mason look like? What does that look like? You have to ask yourself that, because tonight we're talking about the compass. And if you can't take that compass and find the direction for which you must travel in, then you can't build. You don't know how to build if you can't take that compass and allow it to guide you. You can't build because you're lost. You don't know how to find your directions. And see, if you get lost in some places, it can be detrimental to you. I'm just saying, you get lost in some places, it's not going to be good for you. But as a person who's of the Society of Freemason, you're supposed to build relationships. Well, how do you build relationships, Brother Tony Muhammad? How do you make that happen? You do it respectively. That's how you do it. You do it respectively. When you see a brother who greets you in such a way, you build with that brother. I'm not saying that, you know, he's perfect. I'm saying you build with him. This is why it's important to understand you go where you're respected and treated well. I don't go no place where I'm not accepted or respected or treated well. I dare not. Nope, I won't do it. Because I won't do it, because why go to a place or why deal with people who has that negative energy that can drain you? Why do that? You know what? To rethink that thought, I'm gonna rethink that just for a moment. I don't want to go anywhere where I'm not respected or accepted. But in life, sometimes you find yourself in places and situations to where you're going to have to really stay on the moral compass. Let's put it that way. Okay? In life, you're going to find that you're going to have to stand on the moral compass, that you just can no longer just go silently and say it's okay. Sometimes you have to say enough is enough. Okay? You have to do that. When you see a brother who claims to be or who says he is, or a sister who claims to be or who says she is part of the Order of the Eastern Star, that he's part of being a Mason, sometimes you have to say, hey, bro, that's not how we do that. Set the example, sisters. Set the example, brothers. Be the Mason, the best Mason you can be by building relationships. Be the best sister of the Order of the Eastern Star that you can be. You know, show them what it is to be part of this society. This is why it's very important to, when you're having conversation with individuals, and they and in your conversation piece, they want to talk about the organization. They want to try you. You know, they really want to try you. They want to Q&A you. And if you can't be Q&A and being able to answer as you give questions, you should be able to answer the question. Some ain't able to do that. That's truth. Some brothers are not able to answer the question when asked. Some sisters are not able to answer the question when asked. And let me say this here. You're always supposed to try a brother. Well, how do you do that? You do it respectively. You do it respectively. Yes, I said it. You always supposed to try a brother. You do it respectively. You don't have to go all in hard. You do it respectively. This is how you're able to see if he's worthy and well qualified, truly prepared, made suitable proficiency in the preceding degree. If a brother is telling me that he's a master mason, I'm talking to him on an apprentice degree, maybe he didn't quite make suitable proficiencies in the degree. Maybe they just passed them on because they needed the body to be a master mason. And talking with the sister of the Order of the Eastern Star, maybe she wasn't able to be a good sister of the order because she didn't quite understand the womanhood that she was going through, because she just wanted to be a part of. And this is where we're at. Greetings, everybody who's coming on. I want to send a big shout out. Brother Nico, what's happening with you? Appreciate it. Kales, what's happening with you, man? Kales, you have a very beautiful wife, man. That was the first time me seeing her. You posting pictures, bro. Take care of that family. I did not know King David, Jesus, Satan, and Lucifer had a conversation. They did. Hey, look, I'm going to comment on this one. Catholic. Yeah. Hey, the thing you asked, I did not know that King David, Jesus, Satan, and Lucifer had a conversation. Even in your Bible, it tells you that Lucifer had a conversation with God, asking God about Job. Hey, I see that Job is your guy. Job is your guy. Now, mind you, it's Satan and God. They're having a conversation about Job. So Satan told God, look, if you remove the hedges, the protection that you have around him, I will make him curse you. Having a conversation about a man on earth, then the heavenly realm, talking about a man named Job, and saying that Job was so dedicated to God that Satan said, I'll make him curse you if you remove the hedges away from around him. So God said, okay, well, I'll take that back. Just think for a moment. How does that actually sound? Is that symbolic, or did that really? In that story, Job was able to maintain the moral compass. Job was able to say, despite it all, I'm going to stand fast. He's going to stand on his square. Despite it all, Job said, my foundation is strong enough to hold me up. Even after his wife said, you should curse God. Even after his best friend said, you must have done something wrong, Job. Even after he lost his wealth, his family, All of them turned against him. He was still able to stand on the moral compass. His foundation was still strong enough till he was able to stand on it. He was still using the plumb. He was still walking plumb. He was still actively going on with his daily journey, saying, God is going to take care of this. I'm saying, this is in that Bible. Okay? It's a moral lesson about life, that you're going to come and you're going to have these things that come upon you. Now the thing is, what you're going to do. What you're going to do when the knock comes. Are you going to be able to be like Job, stand on the moral compass? Are you going to be that strong? Is your foundation laid and is that solid? Is it that square, level, and plumb? I don't know. You got to ask yourself that. Something you got to think about. A man without a compass will always be lost, a slave of a mental death and power. Absolutely. What's up? Wishful peace and blessings to you. Appreciate that, Josh. What's going on with you, Josh? What's happening with you? I hadn't talked to you in a minute. Celebrated, not tolerated. Greetings, everybody. I appreciate you coming on tonight. Like I said before, it's a little late on the East Coast here versus on the West Coast, and I just tried to find that time to come and fellowship with you as I share with you my weekend, be it good or bad or indifferent. It was indeed a journey. I'll put it to you that way. It was indeed a journey, and I want to encourage each of you who participate in the Order of the Eastern Star. Those of you who participate in the craft, I want to encourage each of you to continue your journey, be it whatever your jurisdiction may be. I want to encourage you as a Mason to be a Mason, to act accordingly as a Mason. I want to encourage you to do that, regardless of your jurisdiction. And the same thing goes for the sister of the Order of the Eastern Star, because there are expectations. And the thing is, most of you have lost the expectations of what it is to be who you say that you are. You have. Like I said earlier, you believe in clap on, clap off. You believe in taking your light, putting it out, and then you want to cut it back on. Nah. Be unapologetic. Be unapologetically who you are. Yeah, be that person. Be true to you. You know, be honest, be true to you. It makes it a lot easier in life. Trust me, it makes it so much easier in life when you are true to you. Man, I'm talking from experience. Be true to you. And have mercy. And show some mercy in this life as you move towards your destination. Hear me clearly. Have some mercy in life as you move towards your destination. You know. So this is where we're at in life, and I appreciate everybody for coming on and enjoying me in this conversation of talking about the compass. My next journey is going to be, I'm going to bring you a 5-part series on the 5 points of the Order of the Eastern Star. I'm going to do that for my sisters. I'm going to talk about each point, its representation, and what it means. And I believe that the sisters want to hear that. From having a conversation with quite a few sisters over the weekend in regards to the order itself. I believe that they should be able to hear that from a brother, and I'm gonna put together a 5-part series on each point of the star, and how does that relate in the essence of who the sister is and where she may be in life, their colors, their point, and their symbolism. I'm going to touch on each point in the coming week. Probably kick it off tomorrow, being Monday, and work it all the way through the week. I learned something very important this weekend. I heard a lady said, "I love you every day that ends in Y." And that took me for a moment. Listen to this once again. I love you every day that ends in Y. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I love you every day that ends in Y. And I said I was going to take that and place that within me. That was special to hear. And I've never heard it quite put that way before. Maybe some of you have, but that was my first. Maybe some of you have, and that was my first. I'm going to take that and apply that. Because trust me, you can't continue to be in this organization and not learn something from it, or not learn something from the individuals who are in it. To me, masonry in the Order of the Eastern Star is supposed to bring out the best in you, not the worst in you. But I've been told in life that if a person who's given a responsibility, sometimes it brings the true essence of who they are out, be it good, bad, or indifferent. It brings that out of them. So if a person is a whole, he's going to always be that. If she's that, she's going to always be that. So you have to be careful in this journey. You have to be able to really apply and really put forth and find out if they who they are. If they are who they say they are. You're going to have to do that. That's what you're going to have to do. So look, I don't mean to hold you up all night. We've been on here going on almost an hour. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you listening to what I have to share with you. And if I can be of any assistance in your journey, as a Mason, as the Eastern Star, reach out. Hey, I'll give you what I got. And I want to send a big shout out to Brother Dorsey. Brother Dorsey from Buffalo, New York, came to San Diego over the weekend. Man, let me tell you, you never know how you inspire a person. You don't know. You don't know what you do for an individual sometimes. And this brother got to Los Angeles, and he told me that if he got to LA, he was going to see me one way or the other. So Brother Dorsey flew in to Los Angeles. He got there, hadn't had no sleep. I guess he was burning on fumes. And he called me up. He said, Brother Tony, I'm in LA, man. I'm in LA. He was all excited, all hype. I said, yeah, you are. He's like, yeah, I'm in LA, bro. What I got. This is what I got, Brother Dorsey. I said, man, he's like, I tell you what, I'm on my way to San Diego. I was like, what? Oh, I'm on my way to San Diego to see you like right now. I said, come on through, bro. Brother Dorsey made the drive from LA to San Diego after he flown in from Buffalo, New York, and we had a great fellowship, a great time. Came to my home, and I welcomed him in. I never met this guy a day in my life. Sometimes that can be dangerous. I'm just saying. But I trusted him. I did. I trusted him, just as he trusted me. And in that trust, I found out how true this brother is. I found out how true he is to who he say he is. This brother took the time to fly in from Buffalo, New York to visit his son, but yet he drove that extra 2 hours to hang out with me for like an hour. Man, that's special. To me, that brother, to me, dude, that's special. So in like manner, I gave him a parting gift. I gave him a book. Anybody who's come to my home, any brother who's traveled and come to my home, they have left with something. Period. Including my lodge brothers, for the most of them. 90% of them, they have left with something. I can say that, and they know who they are. They know exactly who they are. And that is the true essence of the brotherhood in itself. Anytime a brother comes somewhere and they looking to fellowship and they know who you are and they reach out to you, and if you can make that happen for them, do that. Do that. You know what? I don't even know what jurisdiction that brother was from. No, yes I do. He was from Universal. If I'm not mistaken, he was part of Universal Grand Lodge. But that's what Mason is all about, right? He was from Universal. That's his jurisdiction. My jurisdiction is John G. Jones. But upon the foundation of Freemasonry, there we were, talking masonry. He brought with him his son and his nephew. The conversation we had was great. And I'm looking forward to meeting his son and nephew again in the near future. And this is how you build. I figured you'd catch that on the way home. That's how you do it. You know, if you're truly looking to make that happen, that's how you make it happen. So look, I'm gonna let you go. Remember this: I love you every day that ends in Y. And always keep your light on, stay out the bushes. I am not your study guide, but I will help you study. Until I see you, until we cross paths in this life journey, you know, do you be unapologetic about who you are and what you stand for, and stand on your moral compass. Until then, peace and blessings to everyone. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. God used everyone, every woman, man, to fight the adversary in a different way. Well, yeah, that's true, Brother Nico. I just seen that pop up. That is true. Hey, TH, what's happening with you, bruh? I'm just going back. I was just getting ready to close off. Joshua, traveling safe, most wishful. We ain't spoken in a minute because I've been making the most of my gig. Oh, bruh, you better do it. Go get that money. Go get that money. Slim Daddy 9, what's going on? God betted Job, a common man who says that God isn't betting on you to or against the adversary. That's true. That's true. How do we keep younger brothers coming back to the lodge and staying? Okay, Leo, I'm going to tell you how you keep a younger brother coming back and staying in the lodge. What do you have to offer him? You got to be able to offer that brother something. I know I said I was going. I know I did. But I went back and I saw some of the comments. You have to be able to offer that brother something worthwhile. What is your lodge or your chapter is offering that younger brother worthwhile? Because his time is valuable. You got to respect that person's time. So when he comes to your lodge, you got to be able to give him something tangible to keep him coming back. See, too many times we want to refer to the ritual and say, look in your ritual, bruh. Instead of giving that brother a lecture. Hey, bro, I need for you to do a lecture. Yeah, first degree. You're an apprentice, I need for you to do a lecture on the EA degree. I've never done a lecture. Okay, well, let me show you how to do it. Get him involved. Get her involved by giving them something to do to come back and present it to your lodge, present it to your chapter. That's how you're going to find out if he's truly worthy and well qualified. This is when you're going to find out if he made suitable proficiency in a preceding degree by giving him something to do that he's going to be able to bring back and say, this is how I'm contributing to this lodge in its growth. This is how I'm contributing to the chapter until its growth. I keep coming back because it has something to offer me. The reason some sisters don't come back and some brothers don't come back because it has nothing to offer them. The thing you're doing, they can do. They don't need the lodge or the chapter to do what you're doing. But if you got something tangible for them, then they can say, bro, I didn't see that coming. I likes that. You know, but it has to be tangible, something they can apply to their journey in this life. If they can't take masonry and apply it, then it's for naught. It's useful. They don't need that. But if they can apply it to their life, they can say, I can use that. And don't prejudge a brother or a sister either. Don't do that. Don't. If a brother has fallen and done something or said something that was unbecoming of him being a Mason, of her being an Eastern Star, don't take your foot and put on their neck. Say, look, I got you. Come on. I got you. Look, let me tell you this here. Bruh, that's not how we do it. I'm just saying that, I'm saying you know, sometimes we make those mistakes, but that's not how we do it, bruh. Don't treat that sister like that, bruh. Don't do that. That's not how we do it. Sister, don't do that. Don't Don't put yourself in that position, sister. Don't brother. Don't talk. You got to be able to have. You got to be able to correct a brother in such a way till you don't belittle that brother. And that's how you keep them coming back, because they find that they can be who they are. And as they come in, they're going to begin to change, because you are setting an example of how to be an Eastern Star, how to be a Mason, and it's tangible to them. That's how they're going to keep coming back. If you can't do that for them, then they're going to, man, I ain't got time. Because their time is valuable. When you're able to value someone else's time, keep coming back. Value their time. Value who they are. They'll keep coming back. Good evening, family from the United Grand Lodge of North Carolina. Let me tell you, Brother Grand Master out of North Carolina, Brother Rashid Muhammad, he was trying to get here. He was trying. Oh man, we was in contact for the past few days. He was trying to get here, and he wasn't able to make it. To Brother Marcus Hunter, I said that, yeah, out of Baltimore. I want to send him a big shout out. And he was here. I didn't get a chance to really talk to him, but he was here, and we really enjoyed each other's company. Greetings. Yes, this is he.
I had a question, if you didn't mind answering it for me.
All right, what's your question?
My question is in regards to you speaking about Scottish Rite and some of the things that happened in the history, especially against a little bit further breakdown when it comes to that.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to change my subject. I'm on live right now, so I'm going to change my subject since you asked that question. So the subject you were asking is in regards to the Knights of Templars and the Knights of Hospitalitors, correct?
Correct.
And that's on the York Rite side. So the Knights of Hospitalitors, just as the Knights of Templars, came up under the authority of the Roman Church. So there was a period in time to where the Knights of Templars had developed relationships with the nobles, with the nobles of the mystic shrine. They had developed relationship with the assassins. They had developed these relationships outside of the Roman church, and they were protecting people on their pilgrimage, just as the nobles were protecting people upon their pilgrimage. Okay, so they work hand in hand, believe it or not. The Knights Templars and what we know today as the Shriners, they work hand in hand, okay, protecting those who was on the pilgrimage to Mecca. They did that. So as time will go, the Roman Church felt that the Knights of Templars were developing too much power. They was developing and going places and finding out information and doing their thing. So what they did was they summoned the Grand Master Jacques Demolay, and as he went to see and to meet with the Roman Pope at the time, they set him up. They burned him at the stake, and the cross that he's seen, it says Enoch Vince. So it became the calling card or the battle call for the Knights of Templars, because they was all being slaughtered by the Knights of Hospitalitors on Friday the 13th. This is why we consider Friday the 13th to be such a bad luck night or a bad luck day. That's the true essence of Friday the 13th. So
okay.
That's how that came to be. And this is why in the Roman Church you have the Knights of Columbus. You no longer have the Knights of Templars.
Wow. Okay. Now this might be a little bit off brand, but do you think this is what the John Wick movies are about?
Oh man, John Wick, man, they all Masonic. Anybody that has Anybody who's a Mason and has been a Mason for a while, anybody who's able to break down symbolism and all of that, man, that's John Wick is the ultimate Freemasonry movie. Period. It goes through all the degree work. That's the truth. I love watching John Wick. I can go back to 1, 2, and 3 and pick something out of each one of them that I probably missed. That's a fact. I can't wait to see 4. I just hope they don't mess it up. See, just like they did the Matrix. Matrix was great, but this last one they did, they shouldn't make any more Matrix movie after this one. That movie sucked. It has some symbolism in it. It has some great parts, but overall, that movie was a 4, maybe a 3. But John Wick, all of his movies have been off the chain. I'll tell you another movie, The Kingsman. The Kingsman, yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of those.
Yeah, The Kingsman, yeah, that's another one. That's off the chain right there. That's another great Masonic movie.
Now, I don't know if you knew this, but Sophia Stewart, the one that actually made the Matrix movies, she said the movies are actually supposed to go Terminator 1, Matrix 1. No, I'm sorry, Terminator 1, Terminator 2, Matrix 1, Matrix 2.
Yes.
The books.
Yes.
How it's supposed to go in order.
Correct. Absolutely, because the Terminator was the precursor for the Matrix. As you notice within the Terminator movies, the funny part about it is you can see how they started to develop. The Terminator started to develop. The Terminators became the machines, you know, because I think where in one of the movies the Terminator was liquefied. I can't think of the.
I think it's the second one.
Was that the second one?
Yeah, Judgment Day.
Okay. Where they couldn't kill it. But vibration could. Vibration can separate it. But they couldn't. They were melted. They would come back together. They would do all these things. Mercury, alchemy. That's the one. It was like mercury, And if you know anything about alchemy, to me it all came together for me. So, are you a Mason?
No, sir. I'm actually in the process of going through. I'm about to put my petition in, and I was going to ask you before I let you go, if you have any advice for a candidate going through.
Yeah, ask questions. Ask questions. Don't be. Look, let me tell you this here. This is the honest truth. Most jurisdictions they're looking for individuals who really want to be Masons and really take it seriously. I can honestly say that most of them are, and most of them are looking for bodies. I just need a body. I just need somebody to pay dues. But you who are actively looking to become and participate in the Society of Freemasons, you have a right to ask questions. Now you're going to have to. I don't know what questions you want to ask, but in your interview, you need to make sure you got questions you want to ask. So you need to come up with your own questions and go from there. Period. And I would say this: make sure that you establish in your life. Make sure you know what you want to do in your life. To become a Mason and you don't know what you want to do in your life is doing yourself a disservice. To be honest with you. Because you're going to have to pay membership dues, fees, or whatever, and you don't want to take any money out of your family bank account to be a Mason. You don't want to do that. Anytime that you are putting Masonry before your family, and I had to learn this too, and I'm still working on it to a certain degree because my wife still tells me, hey, but you don't put this organization before your family. You don't, and I would tell you that's from personal experience, and my wife would tell you that she feels that way sometimes. But I enjoy the organization, I do, and I've built relationships, and those individuals that I came in with are no longer with me. They was older, they're gone now, and it's because of them I am where I'm at, because they have left the footprints, they have left their footprints in my life. So for me to say, well, baby, I can't do that. because there was a time when I was young in masonry and I hadn't yet developed into the man that I'm going to be in the end. Man, they was there for me through all of my craziness, my ups and downs, my dealings in life. Those brothers were there, and that's what you have to make sure when you're joining this lodge, you know, that I'm going to have my moments. Are you going to be there? Because they're expecting you to come to your meetings. They expect for you to be there. There's expectations, as I said earlier. And I wish you well on your journey. And if I can assist you in any way, brother, have a ball at it. I'm telling you, once you become a Mason and you go through your process to get into the third degree, man, have all the fun you can. Travel to the various jurisdictions and enjoy the brotherhood. I'm telling you, you're going to have to say, nah, I ain't going to deal with you. It's true. And then you're going to have to say, that brother over there, yeah, I got him. I got him. That brother over there, because he had me. Yep.
Well, thank you, brother. I do appreciate it. And you enjoy the rest of your night, and be safe in all your travel.
All right, then. Peace and be well. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Maryland.
Oh, okay. Well, it's about what? About 10 something?
Nah, it's about midnight right now.
Woo!
13.
Man. Well, hey, let me let y'all go to sleep. Get some rest here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. Well, look, hey, the brother told me it's almost 12 o'clock somewhere. So I have to let you go, get some sleep, get some rest. I appreciate you tuning in, coming on and joining me tonight. God bless each of you. And this time I'm really going to be going. I'm going to really go. Yeah, happy Savior's Day. I appreciate that. Oh. Can you talk about the Shriners? Can you talk about the Shriners did interview last month? The Shriners interview last month. You kind of lost me on that one, Brother Dexter. Can you talk about the Shriners interview last month? Well, I can talk about the Shriners. Just have to be another day. I'll certainly do that. But this week coming up, all of my subject pieces, unless something drastically happened, is going to be about the Order of the Eastern Star. From Monday through Friday, or Tuesday through Saturday, my topics is going to be on the Order of the Eastern Star. We're going to cover each one of those points. So now I'm going to go. I'm not going to go read any more comments. Please take care of yourselves and definitely travel light and keep your light on. I'm out. Interview for the higher degrees. I heard that. I'll catch you on that one, brother.